And what I saw then I will never forget in my life. I saw 4 female bodies hung on meat hooks with their bellies cut up, and one fully filleted body where I couldn't tell if it was male or female. My name is Valentina. I want to tell my story to warn women about the dangers of online dating. My story took place 7 years ago. I have now found the strength and peace to tell my story. After being single for 2 years, I was looking for a new love again. I wanted another love in my life. I then signed up for the Tinder dating app. I quickly had nice matches, but not what I was looking for. After a few weeks, I finally had a match from a handsome man I was interested in. He was a real estate entrepreneur. After chatting back and forth via the Tinder chat, there was an instant love click between us. We then exchanged phone numbers via Tinder. After a few days he called me. We called each other for days and hours. Albert was his name, and he wanted to meet me. I wanted that too. We met in a very luxurious restaurant. After this date, more dates came. I had the time of my life. I was not used to such a luxurious life. After a few months, Albert invited me to go to his second home in Europe for 1 week. I really wanted that. The house was in the middle of a large remote forest. Very beautiful and romantic. There was only forest and so much peace. No neighbors. The perfect ingredients for a romantic holiday. On our 3rd day, I wanted to stay home when Albert wanted to go shopping in the city. I wanted to stay at home. Albert didn't really want that. But I refused to go. Finally, Albert agreed, after all with great difficulty. I explored the beautiful house and was amazed at how beautiful the house was. When I saw red stains on the carpet, I tried to clean them, but it didn't work. I picked up the rug to clean it outside. When I picked up the carpet, I saw to my great surprise that there was a large hatch in the floor with red handprints. What I did not understand. I was very curious and opened the large hatch with great difficulty. What I remember well is that there was a huge foul smell coming from the hidden cellar. Still, I needed to know what was in the basement. There was a very long staircase that went down. The staircase was about 5 meters long. When I finally got down, all lights turned on automatically. And what I saw then I will never forget in my life. I saw 4 female bodies hung on meat hooks with their bellies cut up, and one fully filleted body where I couldn't tell if it was male or female. I also saw pots everywhere with entrails in strong water. I almost passed out from what I saw and the stench that was there. Of rotting flesh. The ground sank beneath my feet and I was simply numb for a few seconds. I woke up when I heard something upstairs. It was Albert who had come home. I panicked and hid behind the closet. I heard Albert coming down the stairs in the basement. I was shaking with fear. I heard him gently walk towards me. And before I knew it, Albert was standing in front of me. He smiled very strangely at me. And he said to me, "Have you seen my collection, my hobby?" And out of nowhere, Albert grabbed my throat and squeezed so hard I almost choked. In a panic, I poked my fingers in his eyes, and to my great relief he let go. I was then able to run away. Unfortunately, I ran in the wrong direction. In panic deeper into the basement. Albert ran after me. The only thing standing between us now was a table. I was on the other side and Albert on the other side. On the table was a large cup with a strange liquid in it. I picked up the cup and threw the liquid in Albert's face. I didn't know exactly what kind of liquid was in the cup, but I soon found out. Albert screamed in pain as the fluid hit his face. It was hydrochloric acid. I saw Albert's face completely melt away. It was horrible. I will never forget that image. This was my chance to escape. I ran to the stairs and ran up the stairs. When I was upstairs, I wanted to grab my phone and immediately call the police. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my phone anywhere. I knew immediately that Albert had taken my phone. I did see Albert's car keys. I grabbed the keys and ran outside to get his car. When I sat in the car and wanted to start the car, I saw Albert standing in front of the gate, seriously injured. He blocked the road, so I couldn't leave. He yelled at me to get out of the car. He had a big knife in his hands. We were now directly in front of each other, me in the car, he in front of the gate. I knew he wanted to kill me like he did the other women. I was shaking all over. I had a good grip on the steering wheel. And I drove the car hard into Albert. Albert flew into the bushes, through the hood of the car. Crying and trembling with fear, I rode to the inhabited world. After driving many miles, I finally met someone. It was a woman. I asked her to call the police immediately. The same day I was arrested by the police for attempted manslaughter, and later sentenced to 3 years in prison. Albert died in hospital from his serious injuries caused by me. Albert can no longer harm women.